I might look a little crazy right now, but that's okay. I just got back from working out and showering, little flex, something I wouldn't have said a month ago. Um, but I wanted to talk more about self-doubt because it's a recurring theme. For me, regret and self-doubt are recurring themes, and they're connected to each other, and jealousy in that too. And I guess every day is kind of an eye-opener. And I wanted to talk about like growth and learning as well. I'm beginning a new chapter of my life that's really big, and I'm so excited. And I know there's aspects of my old life that I'm leaving behind. And I do call it my old life because this is big. I mean, I could come back to where I am right now, but what I'm walking into, what I'm stepping into, is something totally new. So I'm looking at aspects of my current life slash old life, but it's my current life. And I'm looking at things that might have not necessarily liked, or things that might have made me upset in the long run, and how it's gotten me to here now. And there's some animosity and certain feelings towards certain people in my life and aspects in my life and the way I was treated in the past. And instead of the animosity, so I have a big thing with nostalgia, looking in the past and being like, man, things were so much better then, or things were I wish I could go back in time and go back to those times. But now that I'm excited for a path I'm walking into, it's easier to look at nostalgia in a bad light. Like, oh, that didn't help me grow at all. That wasn't where I wanted to be. I wasn't doing the things I wanted to do. The people around me weren't supporting me enough. It's easy when you have something exciting coming up to look at the past and start shading it in all these bad colors and this bad light and saying that this was never for me. It was never suited for me. But at the time, I was happy. So why look back at it and start throwing negative shade on it, negative light, if at that time in the past, I mean, I wasn't happy, but I wasn't miserable. And the things that other people might have done to me, or the certain ways they might have treated me, I don't think were intentionally to hurt me. And even if it was, I was aware at the time and I let it roll past. So I'm not gonna focus all my energy on my negative past. I'm not gonna focus my energy on things that might have happened 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, and be like, that's a good thing, I'm moving on. Those people didn't deserve me in their lives anyways. They never treated me well anyways. Why would I do that? I feel like, I don't know if they treated me to the best of their ability that they could, but they treated me in a way I accepted. I accepted the way I was treated back then. So if I don't make any difference to the way that they treat me, if I don't stand up for myself, and if I don't say, hey, don't treat me this way, they don't know any better. They're gonna keep treating me the same exact way. So the lesson to learn from that is I have to stand up for myself. If I don't like the way I'm treated, I can't be like looking the past at it and be like, I can't believe I let them do that and all those things, because then that just gives me more animosity towards them and animosity towards myself. Why didn't you stand up for yourself? Why didn't you do more? Regret. I don't have time for that. If I let myself be treated that way, then they're gonna continue treating me that way if I don't stand up for myself and say, hey, I want better, I deserve better. So there's that aspect of it. And it's just like certain things I'm upset. I get, not upset, but I just get like a little bit ticked off about, it's things like that too. Like how I just said it, people will treat you the way you let them treat you. And you can't look back and be like, oh, they were horrible people for doing that. Well, you allowed it and you didn't make a difference and you didn't say it. And they might not even intentionally hurt you. It's just what they're used to, and that's what they've come to expect of you. And because of that, you feel, well, it's what they expect, so I'm not gonna change, I'm not gonna make a difference. This new chapter of my life has to be different. I have to stand up for myself. I have to, in order to fully grow into the person I wanna be and do the things I wanna be, or do the things I wanna do, I have to advocate for myself. I have to stand up for myself. I have to show up for myself. I have to keep putting in the work. The past is the past. There's so much regret with things I do, even now, day to day, but I'm learning. I'm learning to say, I can't do anything about that. I have to keep growing. I can't look back and be like, oh, those were the good years and things like that. Today's the youngest I'll ever be. Today's the youngest I'll ever be. And so I have to make those changes now if I really want to see it. And it's a learning process and it's a growing process, just like going to the gym and working out. I can't do a side plank. I'm horrible at planks in general, but you have to keep doing the work. The thing is taking that first step and trying. I have to give myself a chance to try. And that's where self-doubt comes in. And self-doubt holds me back from doing things, and me holding myself back from doing things leads to the regret. But the self-doubt, of course, is to protect me. It's saying that like, well, I don't know if I can do this, so I'm not even gonna try. If you don't try, you're never gonna learn, you're never gonna grow. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna be filled with, oh man, I should have tried it. I should have done it. Why didn't I do it back then? All these things, just so many things. And that's the thing for me too, is regret's so second nature. My mind kind of automatically goes to that, but I don't have time for regrets anymore. I don't. All I can do is move forward. I'm walking into the biggest chapter of my life right now. I've done wrestling before, but I'm about to uproot my life and move and dedicate my life to this. And I have to show up for myself. And I'm worried right now. I'm like, well, what if I don't put in the work? What if I give up? What if this? What if that? What if you succeed? What if you succeed? I get so scared of getting my hopes up too high. But what if you succeed? What if it was more than worth it in the end? What if you get everything you dreamed of and more? People have lived that. But you have to take a chance, and you have to take that first step to believing in yourself. So I'm working on it, and I'm very excited. And I know a lot of people can't tell I'm excited because I don't show excitement. Like, I'm not like a super peppy, like, oh. It comes in spurts when I show other people, but inside, it's brewing. And so I don't know. I am excited. Right now, I'm kind of in my head, which is why you don't see all that excitement right now. I'm a little bit in my head still. But I want to talk about that too, especially self-doubt. Today is January 12th. At the end of December, I signed up for the wrestling class in November. At the end of December, I knew it was coming closer. And there was just so much self-doubt about like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can make it. This might be, this is a big jump. What if I waste it? What if I'm squandered? What if they don't think I'm good enough? So many what ifs that lead to the negatives. So I'm trying to say like what ifs leading to positives. But even while I was feeling all those things, I didn't let it get me down too much because it's all part of the process, and you can't be hard on yourself. Just in general, your mind and your body are naturally going to protect you. And like how I said, self-doubt and regret are so second nature. I knew it was going to come. I knew that regret and self-doubt was going to come, and I knew it had to play its course. So even while I was in my mind all the whole time, I was like, this is okay. You just have to let it happen. You have to let yourself question yourself, and you have to reaffirm to yourself, no, we're not going to let it slip by this time. We're going to fulfill our dreams, and we're going to do this. We're going to live to our fullest potential, our fullest momentum. We're going to take every opportunity. We're going to seize it. And it wasn't until through therapy that I found I could really be myself and tell my story through wrestling. I never wanted to tell the story of a nurse. Like, I've been a nurse for 8 years in March, and I never wanted to do nursing. And I never wanted my wrestling character to do that because wrestling is something I love, whereas nursing is something I never truly loved. So I was like, why would I want to bring that into my world? But people always say the best wrestling character is one that is the truest to you. And so even though I never wanted to do nursing and I felt stuck, how many other people can relate to that? And how can I use my character to propel, use those things to propel my character forwards is what I should say. My past is my past, and it's a part of my life. And I'm excited to share my story. And I think that a lot of people can relate to my story. And then I guess I can make another video on this, but I want to talk a little bit more about jealousy. I've already talked about it, but I need to talk more about it, about rooting for other people and using jealousy as inspiration instead. Yeah. So yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is self-doubt's a part of life, and it's okay. A lot of times self-doubt's there to protect you, but you have to believe in yourself. Self-doubt's always going to be there. But you have to quiet those voices down and say, I got this. I got this. You know what I mean? Like, I know self-doubt's trying to protect me because it's worried and it wants the best for me. But my other side has to say, don't worry. Stop worrying. Stop discrediting yourself. You've made it this far, and we have worlds to go. And I'm excited, and I can't wait. And this time next week, I'm going to be sore. I'm going to be thrilled. I'm walking into something completely new. It's exciting, and you're going to come along for the ride.